In other news today, it's been a tortuous 3-year wait for justice, but today Harry Dunn's family say their ordeal is finally over. Just over an hour ago, their son's killer was sentenced to 8 months in prison, suspended for a year. But she remains in the United States and is never expected to return to the UK. And Sacoolas drove into the 19-year-old's motorbike outside a military base in Northampton back in 2019. And because she was a former spy, she was able to leave the UK under diplomatic immunity. Well, Julian Drucker is now live outside the Old Bailey for us. And Julian, good to speak to you this evening. It has been an incredibly long process, hasn't it?
Hi, Dania. A hugely complex and long-running case, but at the centre of it, Harry Dunn, a 19-year-old who was killed in 2019, as you said, when a US citizen drove on the wrong side of the road. It was outside a US military base in Northamptonshire. The driver was Sacoolas, a former US spy. She had diplomatic immunity asserted on her behalf by the US government after the crash, and she was able to leave the UK 19 days after the incident. Led Harry's family to have this massive campaign. The UK submitted an extradition request. The US refused that. Last month, though, Sacoolas, via video link, pleaded guilty to causing death by careless driving. And this afternoon, she was back here again on video link from Washington, D.C., here at the Old Bailey for this sentencing. She received a suspended jail sentence, and the judge reflected that, frankly, that was all that she could enforce because Sacoolas is not here in the UK. This is what the judge said, though, when she reflected on the actual incident.
Sometimes a moment's inattention can lead to tragic results. This is not such a case. You drove along the wrong side of the road for much more than a moment, and you did not realise what you were doing, even when you were coming to a bend in the road when all drivers on a narrow carriageway would naturally check that they were driving safely. It seems to me that your conduct, albeit careless rather than deliberate, falls at the other extreme. Taking everything into account, your behaviour on this occasion was not far short of deliberately dangerous driving, which results in a death.
Julian, as you've already told us, Sacoolas obviously isn't here in the UK, but the judge did want her to be here. Is that right?
Yeah, look, it's highly unusual. The judge saying that had Sacoolas been here, it would have perhaps shown remorse. We got to see Sacoolas listening on that video link. She was very sombre. A statement was read on her behalf where she said that she was deeply sorry. But those words, as you might expect, not really softening the blow at all for Harry Dunn's family.
Job done. Promise complete. Properly complete now. You know, Sacoolas has a criminal record for the rest of her life. That was something that, you know, she never thought she'd see. The US government never thought that they'd see. And we've worked tirelessly and relentlessly to make sure that she, in the end, still had to do what you and I would have had to have done. So, yeah, Harry, we've done it.
Harry Dunn's family have really been on this legal odyssey. I should say they reached a settlement, a resolution in a civil case with Sacoolas last year, but we don't know the details of that. But the family have been expressing their fury again this evening with the US for the way that they said that America treated them. They said they were treated with, quote, utter disdain. And the Foreign Office, interestingly, for the first time ever, have said that lessons must be learnt from this case. The Foreign Secretary James Cleverly saying this evening he wants improvements to the process around exemptions from diplomatic immunity.